Factoring. So you have some things that you have to factor and you're not sure what exactly to do. This should help. So let's say you have 72z squared plus 108z plus 40. And you want to ask yourself, well, is there a common factor? Well, there is. 4 goes into 72, 108, and 40. So we can just pull out the common factor. Okay, but once you do, you're going to have to continue on. Okay? If there is no common factor, or if there was and you continued on, then we're going to check for difference of squares. So if you have something like 4x squared minus 25, where the first term is a perfect square, the last term is a perfect square, and you're subtracting them, and you only have 2 of them, then that's difference of squares. And so yes, so you do your difference of squares, and you're done. Okay, if no, then you go on to the next one, which is perfect square trinomial. So, do you have a perfect square trinomial? Now, to recognize a perfect square trinomial, the first term is a perfect square, the last term is a perfect square. And if you take the square root of the first term, in this case we get 2n. If you take the square root of the last term, you get 5. If you multiply the first times the last, the 2 times the 5, and double it, do you get the middle term? If you do, then it is a perfect square trinomial. Okay, if it's not a perfect square trinomial, then we're going to go on. We're going to check to see if it's an a equals 1 trinomial. Well, that means, the first term, the numerical coefficient of the first term is a 1. So you have like y squared or x squared or whatever here, squared. There's no number other than 1. So if it is, then you're looking for numbers that multiply to give the last term, but add up to give the middle term. Okay? So in this case, we have this. All right, but if it's not an a equals 1 trinomial, that must mean that it's a regular trinomial. Okay, in regular trinomial, you're going to use the PSF method, or you're going to use the trial and error. Okay, and that's how you factor. Have a good day.